Hello, welcome back to From Soft Serve. Today I show off more changes, updates, bug fixes, and other things that I've been working on. One pretty big thing is you can see on this roof here, if you've been watching the videos, which I don't blame people if they have not watched all of them, as there's been a lot during the work on this mod, months and months worth. The texture surfaces in Dark Souls Remastered, most of them are perfectly fine, but there's occasionally ones like this roof texture where that surface is hard-coded to look like dog shit. Really low resolution, and I upscaled it, and it didn't do anything. It won't display in-game, even though it is correctly upscaled. There was something limiting the actual display resolution of that texture. But I was able to actually fix that by basically laundering the prepare to die texture into a newly named texture file in Dark Souls Remastered, and basically using the texture, the same texture of the same object, and you basically just put it into a new texture file that you named, and you then tell the object to go use that texture, and you have to add it to the texture file manually. And so it's a bit of a it's not the most efficient process, but you can basically tell it to fuck off. And let's go back to Sens Fortress for a second, because that's actually the other beneficiary of this change. Sens Fortress, some of the big textures, like the big wall textures, were hard coded to look like shit, and Prepare to Die Edition doesn't have this problem. It's really strange. I don't actually know why that is a thing. I don't know. It's only in Dark Souls Remastered that sometimes you'll upscale a texture and nothing will happen. In-game, it'll just look like it always has. And there's something probably in the Fiverr file that is limiting that somehow. But let's go back to Sens Fortress, because that is one of the big beneficiaries. Which also, I love Sens Fortress. I think it looks so fucking awesome. I think it's one of the areas I'm most happy with, I think, overall. I also fixed a glitch. I think it was this tower. When you were coming from Andre's place, it looked black, so I fixed that. The next release, I think it'll be 0.78 or 0.80, because I've actually done quite a bit of work on it. It will be tons of bug fixes. Loads of bug fixes. Yeah, let's go back down. I wonder if we can we hop that way? No, we can't. That's fine. We'll warp. We'll warp to Perish, and then I'll walk like a bitch. I'll walk there. Oh yeah, I was in Nito's boss room while we're here. I went through Tomb of the Giants. It is dark again. I mean, it was already dark in my version, but now it's like properly Prepare to Die Edition dark. And then in Nito's boss room, you have the nice planar reflections on the water. It looks so sick. And then you have your subtle player lantern that very subtly lights the area as you go. But I think it just looks really, really fucking awesome. So let's go to the bonfire and do a little warp ski. Which, once again, if you're watching this video and haven't watched the other ones, the classic bonfire is not part of my mod. That is the classic bonfire mod, part of Dark Souls Remastered visual overhaul that came out years ago. And there's a link in the mod description if you want that bonfire. Personal preference. I like it. I also personally was never that bothered by the Dark Souls Remastered bonfire. It looked sort of pedestrian in that it was just literally a bonfire. So, like, I get that it lost its cosmic effect a little bit, which is fair. So that's why I'm glad there's actually just a mod for it. Easy peasy. But yeah, I fixed the ground. It was set to actually an incorrect lighting ID, so it was more noticeable that the trees were floating. I still will likely mess with the trees a little bit, but it made it less noticeable that the trees were floating. And then I think the cliff face was actually set to the wrong lighting ID, although I don't actually know that I prefer the way it looks. But yeah, this tower back here, when you back up far enough, was actually black. So I fixed that. I fixed so many little bugs as I'm going through the game. It's nutty. Oh yeah, and I had also fucked up this gate texture. I had it set to the wrong normal map DDS compression. So, you know, fuck me. But yeah, out here you can see that the exterior textures are now actually using the higher resolution version. It's actually from Prepare to Die. You bitch. Oh, nope. God damn it. I was... Nope. Hey, switch. There you go. I love... Oh, baby. Suck on that. This game looks so fucking sick with the depth of field. It really does. I understand that not everyone likes depth of field, but agree to disagree. You can turn it off in the settings. That's why I'm always happy that like I'm doing it through the in-game depth of field. So you'll always be able to turn it off through that. It's not done through reshade or anything, which of course there's, you know, depth of field options for that. Now, one thing about Sens Fortress that is just kind of how it is, you can see that the way that they're UV mapping these actual like surfaces is pretty terrible. Like they're not coherent, and it just doesn't look great. So I will look into trying to like fix that, because you can just see how there's no coherency with how the texture is mapped around that little whatever you would call that. It just does not look great. And on the inside, this wall was also set to look really shitty, and now it actually has the 2K resolution, and it matches a lot of the other assets that were upgraded, like this little stone relief or whatever the hell you call this. I think this actually looks fucking great. I'm cursing more in this episode. I don't know why. But yeah, I fixed some other lighting IDs that were incorrect, and there's a whole lot of stuff. I might have to... I think these stairs might be set to look like dog shit as well. Oh yeah, this is the other texture that you can tell has not gotten an upgrade. I mean, it did. I upscaled it, but it basically is just not currently active. At a distance, it's not that noticeable. But when you get close, it's like, oh my god, that looks terrible. But yeah, you get new normal map detail and stuff. Basically, I'm laundering Prepare to Die textures into a new texture file and then tricking the game into loading that instead of what it was originally loading. But kind of inside baseball shit, but I don't know. I've always found it interesting, the things you have to do with Dark Souls 1 modding. Like, it's unbelievable some of the jank that is present in this game, but it's kind of also what makes the game what it is. Like, it's always been janky. But modding it, I think I've discovered a lot more jank than I originally assumed. Let me remind myself, what else have I worked on? Oh, that's the Grave Lord, yeah. Oh yeah, let's warp to the Great Hollow. I went through that area, made sure it was set to Prepare to Die Edition lighting settings. And the planar reflections are popping the fuck off. Now, the reason for the reflections looking as good as they do, part of that is down to the actual material mod that is part of that aforementioned Dark Souls Remastered visual overhaul from years ago, where they edited the material settings. I added reflections in my mod, basically doing it manually through flipping to, I would use the new Londo reflections and basically port them over. But yeah, it didn't always work. But this mod definitely enables like every water surface to have essentially really great reflections. Because this water originally, I don't think I killed the Hydra out here. Not yet. But yeah, it looks pretty fucking awesome. And you also have shadows. The shadows are of course new. There was no shadow casting from this at all. And oh yeah, these textures got an upgrade as well. I forgot I had been going through the M13 texture files. I have to make sure, I think there might be one of them that I mistakenly did not put mip maps on. So I do need to check that just to be sure, because without mip maps, at a distance, it might end up looking like it is right now. I had to double check that. I had a check mark thingy or checkbox unchecked, and I was like, oh shit. I think that might be what's going on over here. That is my bad. But this looks so fucking sick. Oh, is he gonna fly over? Yeah, he's gonna fly over. Okay, fly over, homie. Hey! Woo, baby! There you go, dog. Do it up, homie. Oh, you killed the crab for me? Well, I respect that. I love that. Hey, are you gonna come back up? Are you gonna come back up? Oh, shit. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go this way. No big deal? Oh, we got a crab. I think this looks fucking awesome. The depth of field and everything comes together in this area to make it look simply, like, just spectacular. It's the vibes are immaculate in this area. I mean, they always have been. But I think the reflections and, you know, so obviously the other difference is the, ooh, there's a little item over there. You know, the other change, of course, is by setting things to reflect in the water, because you can change the material settings of the water itself through the MTD editor program that was made, I think, by TKGP. But that alone will not make everything reflect, as you actually have to tell the game engine what is going to be reflected, as it is a manual toggle to show up. And so this is actually one of the great examples of planar reflections. They are an old style of reflections. As in games, you'll be used to, obviously, screen space reflections. Those are probably the most popular at the moment. You have basically your cube maps. Those have been around forever, of course. And they'll basically use cube maps as a fallback. And screen space is kind of your basic, or your standard at the moment. And I think that's a bit of a shame. Planar reflections are more expensive, for sure. But they do not exhibit the issues of screen space reflections, because, of course, it's not based on, like, screen space in that method. So you're not going to have those artifacting. God, the collisions around here are wonky as fuck. And they're really cool. They're just not used that often. FromSoft is like one of the few left that will use it. I think they switched over to cube map / screen space in Elden Ring, if I remember correctly. You bitch asses. I don't want to kill you guys because you're actually really cool. So this reminds me of when, if you don't have warping yet and you go to the bottom. Okay. Well, that was fucking quick as shit. Holy. That technically you're able to climb out of here, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I had to go into the params, of course, and modify the Great Hollow, as I had already enabled shadow casting and stripped out baked lighting in this area. It just needed to be tweaked, like the color values and whatnot, to prepare to die. I don't think I've ever climbed up out of the Great Hollow, because I always had... Oop, no, not that way. I always had warping. Oh, fuck yeah. Hey, be cool. Be cool. Oh, god damn it. He farted in the fucking sky. Okay. You know what I mean. Alright. Let's see. Is there another... Hey, that bitch ass. Okay, I can figure this out. This doesn't make for a good video, but I don't give a shit. I think everyone's mostly used to my videos meandering anyway, which is great. Always... Oh, shit. I think people worry... Oh, fuck my ass. Oh, shit. Shit my ass. Okay, well, you know what? We're just gonna warp. We're just gonna warp. I nailed that. I killed him. I got him. Scripted death. Totally scripted death. So yeah, Great Hollow got touched, which was great. I think I did a little bit in Undead Burg as well. If I remember correctly. I do a lot of things. Oh, I need to enable the player lantern here. I've been doing that as well, manually going through and like, okay, where should the player lantern be turned on? Because I had it mostly turned off, right, in Undead Burg. But I've been re-enabling it in certain areas on a case-by-case basis. Oh yeah, I did fix the gates here. The gates in here were set to the wrong lighting ID, as they're actually part of Firelink Shrine, not Undead Burg. So I fixed that. Oh, fuck my ass. Here you go, dog. So I fixed that. They are now correctly sitting in the scene, such as the elevator is as well, and the chains are no longer like weirdly fucking colored. Weird. Yeah, I messed with the inv-diff setting for both Undead Burg and Firelink Shrine, as I still found Firelink Shrine to be a bit... The lit areas by the sun was a little too bright. So I did modify that to where now when you're in the sun, it's more of a normal, I would say, luminance for your character. And you still get like the bright sky, but now what's being lit is no longer like really bright. And with the depth of field, I think it looks fucking awesome. Really happy with how Firelink Shrine turned out. And versus like base remastered, oh yeah. Oh, big improvement. And I just love kind of going through the game. I still have fun playing it. I started a new character yesterday, mostly to test shit. No one saw that. Oh, hey, double kill. That was intended, double kill. Don't worry about it. I started a new character, kind of go through Northern Undead Asylum, and I kind of check for bugs, right? Okay, bitch asses. Why don't we just warp to Firelink Shrine? And then I'll run up to Undead Burg from there, and it'll be super cool. Oh, actually, no. We'll go through the Catacombs. So that's the other thing, that I went through the Catacombs and Tomb of the Giants. And they're correctly dark as fuck. Again, although they already kind of were, but now they're like super accurate to Prepare to Die Edition. That's the goal, right? That's the ultimate goal. Not always. There is another one that I want to show after I run through the Catacombs a little bit. The other question, of course, is when will I be posting another update to the mod? I would think soon. I've done quite a bit of work. Be pretty soon. I know I hate to have people like have to download it so often. So like the updates have been like once every 2 or 3 days. And obviously that's a bit annoying probably to keep downloading the mod. But I'm also like, you know what? I'm doing updates and they're really cool and I don't want to keep them from people. So I don't know. It just makes more sense to just post them. And then if someone doesn't want to download them, that's fine. They can download them later, you know. No biggie. So let's check out. The Catacombs, I think, was a smaller update. I didn't have to actually do that much to the Catacombs. I had them already pretty close to Prepare to Die, to be honest. Bitch ass. I always forget this character is on New Game Plus, so everything is a little bit more difficult. But yeah, basically, it looks like the Catacombs, but, you know, the Prepare to Die edition version of that. And I don't actually think Remastered was too far off with the Catacombs. There were certain areas they fucked more than others. Let's see. Oh, all right. Okay. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Where it goes, you need to stand back up. You gotta stand back up. That's outrageous. And yeah. Let's go to Firelink Shrine. Because I was testing something out with New Londo. I did it actually last night. Like at midnight. I had an idea where I was like, because I've toyed around with this idea before, where New Londo Ruins actually has that big hole in the ceiling, like the cave roof ceiling thing, and it's letting light through, right? Because you can see it when you first enter New Londo. And I've always wondered, like, it's never been like terribly reflected on the map pieces themselves that are like inside the cave. the light tends to not reach the map pieces. And, you know, of course that could be like a purposeful choice. But I always thought it would be kind of cool. What if the light did reach? Oh, what is that? What is that? Why is that different? Oh, is that shadow casting? Oh, that might be. Okay, well, I'll look into that. I don't know what the fuck that is. But as you can see here, yeah, the actual light pouring in hits the map pieces, and then it actually makes your shadow more visible because it's... Oh! What the fuck? Oh, that's weird. I believe that's shadow casting. It's loading something. Ah. Oh yeah, what is that shadow? I was wondering what this shadow was, because it didn't match the direction. Is it outside there? Okay, I'll look into that. Weird. This is what happens when not everything is dark and you can actually see shadows. You're going to notice draw group render issues. But yeah, so you kind of run through here and you'll notice that New Londo is a bit more visible. Now, I haven't actually figured out why like this level is more visible than that. Now, of course, that's farther away, so I'm assuming that's just sort of the fog. Yeah, that might just be the fog in effect. But you get kind of these really cool shadows, and it's still really dark and fucking creepy, but it also looks kind of fucking cool. So, I don't know. I was toying around with it. So, let me know what you think. I still have to toggle, like, you know, how dark are the shadows and how bright are the map pieces. This was a very late night, like 12 a.m. kind of thing. I'm curious if we go in here. Hey, bitches. Like, would the light come through here? Because I don't think I've removed the big shadows from inside this room. Okay, do the big suck or the big slice or whatever the fuck you're doing. Hey, I don't have any cursed thingies, so chill the fuck out. I think it kind of looks really cool. I have to keep messing with the inv diff. I might darken the lit areas a little bit more. But the idea, I really like, where you're actually getting shadows. Because I just always felt like the whole is up there, but it just wasn't represented a lot in the actual, like, inside of this fucking cave, right? So, I don't know, this to me gives a little bit more, like, creepy, spooky fucking vibes. And, I guess you could say more realistic in the way that, like, the light would be hitting the areas. But I understand also that's not the most important thing because it's Dark Souls and it doesn't need to be realistic. But I don't know. I thought it was cool. So I guess I'll end the video there because I'm just kind of meandering around, and think of this as your random ASMR podcast that happens to be about Dark Souls and weird and just weird fucking stuff. But if you love Dark Souls 1 as much as I do, or even a percentage of what I do, because I might love it an unhealthy amount by how long I've been able to work on it and not, you know, hate myself. So, I don't know. It's surprising. Glad I made the video, though, for obviously, you know, lots of different reasons. But I did find that little glitch here. Yeah, there's something to go on with stepping onto this collision is setting something to render. And I think it's, yeah, you can tell there's a shadow being cast over the lighting coming in through the hole. But it's also affecting, yeah. Okay, well, I got something to look at. Oh yeah, it's here too. What the fuck is that shadow? Huh. Because obviously that map piece is already being rendered. I mean, I'm obviously fucking looking at it. Okay, well, that's one of the fun things I'll look at and see if I can figure out what the fuck's going on. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. I do have a Patreon. It's really cool. You get ad-free versions of this and Google Drive links and hugs and pictures of my cats and fist bumps, and it's cool shit, man. It's cool shit. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Twitter is where I post most often. The Discord I also kind of hop in if you have bug reports or just want to talk. Definitely join the Discord. It's quite a bit of fun. Oh my god, I found another fucking mesh hole. Son of a bitch. Also, I curse like a sailor, and that's just kind of how it is. So, let's all try to be like this guy. Let's be like this homie. Look at this. Look at this guy. That's me in 2024. Happy, chilling, red shit coming out of my eyes, and I'm in a really moist place. That's me in 2024. 2024 goals. Anyway, thank you for watching this horrendous video, and I'll see you on the next horrendous video.